Hi everyone, I hope you all have been doing well. Today I'm going to be talking about destiny swapping, and I'm going to give a little bit on the mirror thing when they use mirrors and spells. I'm just going to briefly talk about that. I don't want to talk too much about that because I got a feeling that it'll give too much, because everybody that watch me is not good people. Okay, so what inspired me to actually talk about this is because a, a few weeks ago I kept hearing she's trying to switch places with you. She was trying to switch places with you. And I thought God was talking about the girl that originally tried to put the spell on me and did actually switch some places with me years ago, right? I thought that's what he was talking about. And I thought he would just give me a reminder and just let me know, okay, that's what she was doing too. But I forgot I already knew that. So he was talking about a new person that was trying to do a destiny swap with me. That's what was happening. And for those of you who don't know what this is, I'm going to read this article, okay? The person's name on this article is kind of weird. It don't really give a real name, but it's by TH314CZ. So, what is destiny swapping? Destiny swapping refers to the supposed ability to interchange or significantly alter one's predetermined life course with that of another person. This concept often involves spiritual, mystical, or metaphysical methods and is deeply rooted in the belief that individuals can influence or change their fate through supernatural means. So this is what the person had done to me years ago when somebody tried it again. But what they don't realize is that stuff will wear off because I mean it does work, because I know it works because like I said, it happened to me. But when the girl did it to me though, she started falling apart while I was still under the spell. So she could not sustain what she had taken from me because it wasn't for her. It was my life that God had given to me. And okay, so it says, why do people engage in destiny swapping? It say that individuals may seek destiny swapping for various reasons. One, a dissatisfaction with current life circumstances. People unhappy with their life trajectory might look towards destiny swapping as a means to escape their current situations. Two, a desire for a better life. The allure of a more desirable or perceived better destiny can motivate individuals to explore destiny swapping. Three, it says curiosity and spiritual exploration. Some may engage in this practice out of curiosity or a deep-seated interest in exploring the limits of spiritual boundaries. So I feel that a lot of people do it because the majority of them is more they are dissatisfied with their current situation. And so they want to do rituals to try to steal someone else's destiny or light. They try to suck the life out of you and steal the Holy Spirit out of you and whatnot, but they can't do that. Like, your destiny is your destiny one way or another. If it's meant for you to do something, if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen because God said it, and anything that God says has to come to pass. Okay, so, and in number 4 it says they do it for compulsion from spiritual beliefs. Believers in karma, reincarnation, or spiritual depths might see destiny swapping as a method to correct or fulfill spiritual obligations. And this is one of the most selfish things that a person can do, especially since a person like me, I know that I had worked very, very hard to get to where I was at the time, even at 20. So for somebody to come in and steal that from me when they didn't do any of the work is something else. They didn't do any of the work. I had to do so much work. Who engages in destiny swapping? Destiny swapping isn't a mainstream practice, but it attracts a varied group, each driven by distinct motives. Okay, for one, it has spiritual abusers of occult knowledge. These are individuals who misuse esoteric practices for personal gain, which never works out. Really, it really doesn't. Exploiting spiritual and occult tools in ways that corrupt their true purposes. They manipulate and deceive others, twisting genuine spiritual exploration into a tool for their own agendas. And two, it's the religious people that's doing it too. It's a religious deceivers in disguise. It's religious deceivers in disguise. People who masquerade as devoutly religious, yet secretly employ forms of witchcraft or manipulative spiritual practices under the guise of divine blessing. These practitioners distort the perceptions of their followers, often leading them astray under the pretense of religious or spiritual guidance. And it says the desperate, okay, number three is the desperate change seekers, those at their wits' end, for whom conventional solutions have failed, turning to more mystical or supernatural avenues as a last resort for, for transformation or escape from their current predicaments. So basically, they'll see somebody else's life, they'll see their life, and they feel like they just got it all together, and they feel like, I want that. But they don't say, I want that as far as I want to grow into that. They say, I want what you have, which is covetousness. I feel like all of this is linked to covetousness, okay? And my grandmother years ago, she used to tell all of us, never want what somebody else has. She said, do not be covetous. It's hard for me to say that word, covetous. But I used to tell her, I said, I don't want what this person has. I want my own. That was my mindset even at a young age. I wanted my own, not theirs. Okay? Because I'm glad they got it, right? I like the fact that they attained whatever this thing is. So I want my own. I want to know, how did you do this? Or I figure out how to do it myself, and then I can attain it for myself. Okay? That's how that's supposed to be. Not, I want theirs. Okay? So it says that this classification sheds light on the complexity of motivations behind destiny swapping, emphasizing the distinction between those who seek spiritual growth and those who exploit spiritual practices for harmful purposes. And like I said, guys, this girl did this and she started falling apart. She started to look worse than what she originally did. Like I said, she wasn't a bad looking person, but after that, she became a horrible looking person. So I wish people just leave folks alone, really. You don't know what these people have had to do to even attain certain things internally, as far as personal growth, spiritual growth, and all of that. You can't skip past the work. If you want to get there, you have to do the work. You can't steal somebody else's stuff and think that you're not going to get any consequences behind that. And the girl that stole it from me, that stuff was short-lived. Okay, she had that glow for a little while, and I looked up and it was no longer there. But it say the perils of destiny swapping. Regrettably, some have surrendered their free will to malevolent forces and nefarious spirits. Like prisoners attempting to escape an energetic prison, they were misled to believe that destiny swapping could offer a way out. While the concept might hold some merit, it doesn't work as one might assume. The Holy Spirit, the most intelligent entity conceivable, has plans that cannot be altered by mere destiny changes, especially not by dubious means. When low vibrational forces attempt to swap destinies with certain people, they are met with 10 times the challenges that the Most High's favored went through, while gaining negative attachments to any gains. This results in multiple losses. And you guys, I just said this, okay? They would have to fight the challenges that we were fighting before they did the swap, which is something they cannot even handle because it's not for them. You know, my stuff was for me, which is why I was able to attain and to grow in that certain area, because God, he actually gives us certain things according to what we can handle, even though we don't even know if we can handle it or not. All right, so The losses include relationships. They'll crumble under the weight of lies and manipulation because they're being fake. Their relationships are not going to work out because, believe it or not, the people can tell when somebody's being fake. And even people who don't really know anything about this type of thing, their spirit man is giving them the answer, really, and they feel like, something is off about this person because it's not them. They're operating under the guise of somebody else's light. All right, so financial. Money made is lost and debts accrue to those who facilitated the swap. Social standing. Fame, followers, and influence hoped for are lost as former supporters recognize the deceit. Business ventures fail as the community withdraws support. Health. Their health will start to deteriorate, possibly contracting both spiritually and sexually transmitted diseases. Wow. It says that recovery involves repentance, denouncing low vibrational entities, returning what was stolen with no strings attached, apologizing, and genuinely changing their ways. Otherwise, their lives will continue to crumble, witnessed by everyone, leading to future challenges and deception. They will lose their free will, spiritual and physical protection, their churches and congregations lost, their schools shut down, businesses suffering, and any relationships they deemed important ended. All of their material wealth gone. All right. And it says hidden threats and manipulation. Attempted destiny swappers can be so-called friends, family, co-workers, associates, and even people behind the scenes that you don't even know. Some label them as energy vampires, which I talked about that, and they do want to just suck the life out of you to have it for themselves. Energy vampires or energy parasites. It's crazy they call parasites. They will gossip, slander, and attempt to manipulate your jobs, relationships, emotions, and mind. They will try to put you in positions to either look crazy, paranoid, or hateful, which is why the girl put the graveyard spell on me too. Matter of fact, she did multiple spells on me, and so which was the result of why a lot of it was just so bad on me, because she did multiple on me. And she wanted to make me look as crazy and as weirded out as possible so that she can take my place in a comfortable manner. But it wasn't going to work out. And okay, I did say this, but I'm going to read it again. They will try to put you in positions to either look crazy, paranoid, or hateful in an attempt to get you out of the way. So it is important to rely on your faith, love, health, and get in tune with your truest self. This passage right here comes from Stella Yan here on Google. I'm in Google right now. It says that a lot of times, basically saying that the devil doesn't have to lift a finger, mostly because he sends people. He'll get in the heads of certain people and he'll get them to do his work. So it says that he sends his monitoring spirits or psychics on a treasure hunt to track the gifted souls who enter the matrix, the world. And when they find them, they do their best to suppress their gifts for as long as they can so that they remain lost in the 3D programming and never claim what is rightfully theirs. So the enemy don't even want us to be able to claim what's rightfully ours, what actually belongs to us. He don't even want us to know that we even have certain things in the first place. He don't even want us to know our worth. Back then, I can remember being now that I'm in this space that I'm in today and I know about the things, back then I literally had a high spiritual ranking and didn't even know it. I didn't even have a clue. Man, I didn't know. But yes, in this article says something about body swapping. It says, what is a body swap? Because apparently, they call it different things and whatnot. But as the name suggests, a body swap spell uses magic or spiritual power to switch bodies with another person in real life. For many people, the real question is whether a body swap spell really works for someone to enter a different body. The simple answer is for those that believe anything is possible. Now, yes, that pertains to the person that's actually performing the spell, but the person that will be receiving the spell, you don't have to believe that it can happen or anything for it to happen to you, but they have to have some type of belief, a strong notion, and things like that for the spell to be active or to activate and whatnot. But at the same time, if that's not meant to be, it's still not going to work. So they be wasting their money, time, resources, everything. Instead of spending that time working on themselves, they rather do put all of their energy into being wicked and stealing. Okay. And this also reminds me of Child's Play. It reminds me of Child's Play when Charles Lee Ray switched his body into that doll. That's what that reminds me of. And it also reminds me of The Matrix, the movie The Matrix. I think it was the second one or the third one, when the agent stuck his hand up in their chest and was sucking the life out of them and copying and making those copies. Oh my goodness. God gave me that reference. God gave me that reference not like about 10 minutes ago. About 10-15 minutes ago, he gave me that reference on top of what he already has given me regarding this stuff. Also, mirror magic. This right here speaks about mirror magic. I believe all of this is tied together, by the way. As far as mirror magic goes, it said that using mirrors as a tool in your magical practice is wonderful. That's what it says. It says they can be used to trap the energy of any situation that you find particularly powerful. And by whatever situation, they mean certain powers that are in certain people as well. But they saying that if you love the sound of the waves and ocean, you can take a mirror and trap the energy of that into the mirror. But I'm not gonna get too much into that right there. That's why I said that I wasn't gonna get too much into that right there. But they often use mirror magic in a lot of this type of stuff to try to trap somebody's energy, trap somebody's spirit. It says that the mirrors can be used for scrying and, divination and capturing the souls of the living or the dead. They can also be used to capture powers of the moon and things like that. The mirror magic. And the mirrors can also be used for binding. So basically they are trying to trap other people's energy and to switch places with them, to be them. I believe they can also be used in beauty rituals as well. But like I said, I don't want to say too much. A piece of me want to, but I don't want to say too much about that, guys. But yes, this is something else that you guys can look into and to pray against, because whether you know it or not, there are people who are after your specific light because they don't want to do the work to gather their own. They rather take what belongs to somebody else. And a lot of them, they so messed up, y'all. I told you guys, they feel dead a lot. So any type of life force that they can mess with to get a hold to, they're willing to do that to feel some type of relief instead of doing the necessary work in order to get themselves together. Okay. But yes, guys, this is what I wanted to read to you all. Usually if you find that you have developed a different personality, a certain type of personality, something that's just completely not you at all, it could be due to this too as well. These people are desperate and they will do anything. I told you, they'll go to the most extreme measures to do this stuff, guys. So be careful about who you are interacting with and all of that. And people who secretly jealous of you, It's really not secret like that. It's just that we don't be knowing some of the signs a lot of times of jealousy, and then it be somebody else tell us that person jealous of you. And with that girl, people was I had a few people that did tell me that, but I had it happen to me so many times. I was just like, well, and I didn't understand jealousy, how dangerous that it was. Okay, so yeah, and I do now. Okay. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope this helps. Take care. Bye.